Well, yep, I'm live. So, what is up, guys? Just want to say what's up. Hope everyone's good. It has been a hot minute since I've done a video. I'm in my favorite place, the garage. As usual, guys, you know where I like to be. It's where I like to be. So yeah, I figure I'd give a little bit of update on some stuff that's going on. I'm not going to take forever with it. But you guys all remember what I was, starting to try to get more into, which was more of the audio stuff like that. I'm actually a prospect in South Sound Boys. Great audio club, great family, atmosphere. Love doing it. It's, I don't know. It just feels like where I should be at this point in my life. So we'll just say that. You never ever say forever because you never know. Like I always love car audio. I never really got super big into it, but I'm liking it now. It's just completely different mindset now versus back then. It's like back in the day, you throw like a sub and amp in your car and you roll, and that was it. You wouldn't worry about competing or nothing like that. Whatever you had something. People could feel you coming, or they couldn't. Whatever the case was, it was all good. It's like if you like music, you like having bumps. Hey, that's what's up. And now I think about it. It's kind of even sad to even talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it like briefly. Like I said, you guys all know who's right here behind me. Let's see. Chat options. Button. Switch camera. Front camera selected. Button. Switch camera. Back camera selected. You guys all know this is Faith. You guys all know how beautiful she is. You guys all know how much trouble I went through, how much hell I went through building this thing. I love this car to death. It has been my baby. He has been everything to me to, help save my life. So I'm just being real with that. Like I was in a very dark place when I was losing my eyesight and stuff like that. And building her, actually I built another one before this that kind of gave me confidence, and just this girl saved my life. She helped me kind of prove that I could do more stuff I wanted to do. I honestly have never built an Integra like this. I'm not lying. I've had like 3 other ones that just had like a B16 motor. One had, the other one had like a GSR motor, and then the other one just had a stock LS motor. And that was it. They were lowered on wheels, and that, I guess you couldn't really call it a build. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but it was just an Integra slammed and had wheels on it, and that was it. This is like, I can tell you every single thing about every nut, bolt, every piece of suspension, everything that's been turned on this car, and I can back it up. This whole car has been on this channel the whole entire time that I've had it. I built, it's built from the ground up. It's like a completely different car. The car had 75,000 original miles on the cluster when I got it. But from there, everything pretty much, all suspension has been gone through, all new bushings, everything's been done on this car. So I won't even go into full everything. So, you can go back and look at my videos. Like this car has been, completely taken care of 100%. So, anyways, I'm actually, don't even want to say it, but I'm kind of at the point that I'm considering probably selling her. I got a buddy that lives up in Canada that actually, I was going to build the black car, the other car I showed you guys with LSV and all that stuff like that. But, we found Karma. This is what, Anna named her, Karma. So, got Karma and started getting into the audio stuff. So nothing special at all right now, but I remember I told you guys I was going to get my old amp going. Well, got my old amp, got it back. Thank you, Ellensburg amplifiers. Like, appreciate you guys like very, very much. Todd is amazing. I hope that's his name. If I said it wrong, forgive me. But Ellensburg amplifier, they're amazing. So Repair Solutions, yeah, EARS, so ears is right. Ellensburg Amplifier Repair Solutions, or services. Sorry, they are the ish. So if you're in Washington, you need an amp repaired, go there. They're great. Got it going, works great. Right now, I was gonna put in like the 410s, but things kind of changed, like I said, and my buddy Steve had some stuff laying around, so we got a Kicker L715 solo barrack. So yeah, we did that, hooked it up. Sounds pretty good. It 100% needs to be tuned. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see, so gonna ask some of the brothers in the club or the sisters to help me like tune it and stuff like that. So that's what's going on with that. And actually, you know, me and Anna did this ourselves. Like I was trying to figure out. I thought everything was ran. I had no RCAs. Also, I didn't know where the remote wire was. Things were wired kind of funny, so I just ended up running my own RCAs and ended up running my own remote wire. I just had Anna tell me by sight like what went where, like how it all worked on the amp. But hey, got it done. Obviously, that's not going to be the permanent mounting spot for it, but I actually have something else we're going to end up probably doing with this amp. I'm actually buying a different amp to push this for now. We actually have a Sundown 5K upstairs, but that's going to be when we start upgrading all the electrical stuff, because you can't just run that stuff on what we got in the car. So that's going to probably be like a winter build or something like that, but we want something for now. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Switch camera. Back camera selected. Button. Switch camera. Back camera selected. Button. Switch camera. Front camera selected. Okay. So yep. Guys can probably see me now. All right. Cool. So with that being said, like I said, selling this car is probably the hardest thing I will ever have to do. And this is actually a really hard week for me, anyways, because coming up on the 3-year anniversary of my mom passing, and it all started today. I saw a post that kind of made me like realize I need to hop on here and, you know, tell you guys kind of what's been going on and stuff like that, because you just never know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's going to be a hard week for me. I'm not sure I'll be able to get a video at all like the rest of like this weekend or the rest of next week, because it's going to be a hard week for me. So I just hopped on now, you know, like I said, 'cause, I appreciate all you guys that support me, that have, you know, followed me from the beginning, subscribed and shared videos and told people, like, you guys all know who I am. And that's one of the things that feels great about why I do what I do, is that, you know, you guys, you know, believe in me. You know, I had like one guy that follows me here actually tell me that, you know, yeah, man, like, you know, you know, you're the guy that, you know, I saw on your videos, your C-Dubs Blind Life. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you know, we started talking, and I think I told this in another video before, but he was a super cool guy, and he actually won something from my channel. But just the fact that, you know, I talked to him, he's like, dude, you're exactly the same way you are in your videos. I'm like, well, why would I be any different? And he's like, you know, that's hard to find. And it's felt really good, because that's who I am. I did have a situation happen just recently, and I'm not going to touch on it too hardcore, but the LSV motor that I bought that was going to go into the black car. I personally, like I said, like, someone tells me that they did something to a motor, like, okay, this motor good. If I hear it run, it runs. Okay, fine. You know what? I'm taking the risk of buying the motor, period, based off of what this person's telling me, you know, if I haven't seen the work done. So that's just what it is, okay? It's just a risk that you take when you buy a motor from anywhere, honestly. It's like, you know, you buy a motor from a Japanese import place or whatever, you have 30 days to do it, whatever the case. So, you know, not going into full detail, but yep. Sorry about that, guys. You know, everything was running like fine, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you know, something happened where I did a compression test, and, you know, just so you know, the motor is not running now. This is like 2 months later, by the way. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But you guys know me. If I do something, I want to rectify it. All right. That's just the bottom line. Even though it's not, I talked to so many people, and they're like, you know what, dude, like, the motor, you know, it doesn't fall on you. Like, you 100% like sold a motor, you guaranteed that it would start up and not knock, which is what I said. I'm like, you know, if it doesn't start, or if it knocks when you start it up, then I, by all means, bring it back. But if you come back to me in like 2 to 6 months or something like that and say it doesn't run or something like that, I'm going to tell you to get bent. So whatever the case was, you know, a month after it buys it, gets it running. And then like about a month after that, messages and says it has low compression. So in my head, I'm like, you know what, you did something to it, but everyone's telling me, you know what, tell this kid to screw off, whatever, blah, 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 like, go somewhere, do this and that. But you guys see my videos from the beginning. Is that in my mentality? I would like it to be, because, you know, we both took a chance in buying something, and we both bought something as is. So it would have been, you know, if it was me, personally me, because I'm an adult, you know, I get it. Like, I'm not going back to the person, like, you know what, I bought this motor, like, knowing that there was a chance of this and that, like blah blah blah. Like I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna rebuild it anyways. That's my mindset. My whole mindset was to buy that car, teach Anna how to drive 5-speed, and then I was gonna rebuild it anyways. And then I was gonna end up, my buddy from Canada that wants to buy this car, wanted to buy that car. So at the end of the day, I was gonna rebuild that thing anyways. That's just my mindset. Like, okay, drive it, and if it works cool for a minute, cool. Drive it, see how it works, and if it ends up not working right, then hey, rebuild it. I'm fine. I got time. It's not that big of a deal. So that's my mindset. But anyways, I've talked to several people that are like, no, tell them to get bent, this and that. Anyways, found out, I guess, that like cylinder one had like a couple bad valves or whatever. So to rectify, I'm like, you know what, man? Like if you take the motor apart, figure out what it is, this is what I'll do. That's literally it. Like, it doesn't really even fall on me. It falls on both of us. So I will rectify it by, if it's valves, I'll buy you valves. If it's like a piston or something like that, I'll buy you a piston. But that's where it goes. I'm not paying for any labor, not paying for any of that stuff, And that to me is like, I mean, I should say enough about my character, about who I am, that I'm even willing to do that when everyone I've talked to, and I'm talking about shops, I won't say names because, you don't name your names, but people saying, you know what, tell him, just bounce. Like, oh, well, like, what's he going to do? Like, we know who you are. Like, we know that you're legit and that you didn't sell him garbage. Like, thinking that it was garbage. Like, you sold him a motor and running, who knows if he went and got on it and like blew it or whatever he did, or, he ran this many computers on it trying to get it right. Like, who knows? So I'm like, you know what? I want to say that, I want to do that, but you know what? That reflects on me. It really does. And for me, like I said, I really don't care, if someone thinks, I did something like that, but in the back of my mind, like when someone tells me that, like, I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe you did mess it up. Maybe you didn't, but maybe you got over on me this time, but you know what? You won't again. So, whatever the case, rectified it, ordered some valves for them, and that's that. And that is one of the reasons, honestly, why I'm actually looking to get out of this. I loved, I won't lie, I love Integras. I love some of the enthusiasts, but people in this game, it's just distasteful. I'm just kind of over it. I know this whole entire car was like my main girl. She built my channel. She got me through lots of stuff, like just so much stuff, like more than what people even know what a car is for. This car has saved my life. And I'm telling you that, like, in every meaning of the word, saved my life. And to think about letting her go is hard as hell for me. And really, like I said, this is like a thing that's probably gonna happen next year as he's trying to save up money to buy her. But, like we said, anything could happen between this year and next year. So, at the point I'm at right now, the one miracle that would be great, which I doubt would ever happen between now and then, is that if somehow they figured out like retina transplant, so I got some eyeballs so I could see to actually drive this thing and enjoy it, then I would never sell it, ever, 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 not one little bit at all. So, I'd have that, and I have Karma just for whatever. And actually, I did buy another wagon, just so you guys know. I bought another one, the exact same one as Karma, but white, completely stock with the C's motor. So clean title in my name, already transferred it. But Karma, like I said, had an issue with the title, and we're still dealing with it right now, which is why I bought the other one just in case, because in the event that I can't get the title for Karma, then everything's coming off of Karma and going on to the other car. So that's where we're going to be. And if that happens, then Faith, I won't sell Faith. I won't. So there's so many factors with what's going on with me right now. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update. Like I said, I love Faith to death. Like I said, it's going to be a hard week. Yeah, I just want to kind of hop on and let you guys know. There's so much stuff, like I said, I've done to Faith and, built her from the ground up. And it's just, hard to think about actually really considering letting her go when I said I would never, ever, ever sell her. But then I think about it like, how is that fair to have something you built that is so amazing sitting in a garage forever? Like, that's not fair at all. Like, I'm like, think about my son, give it to my son one day. I'm like, well, I think about that as well. It's like, well, I know for a fact, if he ends up getting into this, it'd be a lot more fun to build him another one together with him as he gets older. I think about it like that. I think about, I could give this to him, what if he doesn't want it? I think about what if I give it to him, he drives it to school, and it gets stolen. Like I would be even more pissed off. You know, I'd rather build something with him that he wants. You know, he likes Karma like a lot. You know, maybe he won't want to drive 5-speed. You know, maybe that'll be a thing. You know, because his mom doesn't like to drive 5-speed. So who knows? You know, so you know, when I sell, you know, Faith, maybe I'll just stuck some money aside for later on for when, you know, he wants something. You know, and so I don't know. There's just so many factors with what's going on right now, guys. I just want to let you guys know. I don't know if there's any comments. I don't know how to work it. Let's see if I can figure it out. Chat options. Chat options. Button. Chat options. Button. Chat view options. Heading. Link chat. All messages are visible. Button. None. Hide all chat messages. Button. Link chat. Link chat. All messages are visible. Button. Finish. Button. Welcome to link chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Learn more. Button. Welcome to link chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Yep, I don't see any chats. Anyway, so yeah. But that's kind of what's been going on. I just want to give you guys like an update. Like I said, going to go a lot harder with Karma here. Well, depending on the title situation. I have about maybe another like 3 weeks to find out if we're going to get the title or we'll get a letter saying that we were denied the title. So it's a, you know, crappy situation, you know, buying the car, but, you know, it's going to make more work for for my boy Eric, Mr. Steen, because he's going to be the one taking this motor out of this thing, all the suspension off of it, and putting it in the other car, taking the wheels off and stuff like that. It has a lot of, this car has a lot of stuff on it, cool alarm, like full PA system, has a bunch of lights and stuff on it, but end of the day, dude, that stuff can all transfer over, so it's not that big of a deal. So we can make it happen one way or the other. So we'll be good to go. Like I said, I was gonna buy another motor for the other one as well. So I'm holding off on that just in case, you know, that we can't get the title for this one, because there's no point in having 2 motors for 1 car, you know. So yeah, like I said, I figured I'd give you guys an update. It's kind of a sad thing to even bring up and talk about, but like I said, you know, it's like I don't want to be that guy that just keeps a car in my garage and never use, you know, for right now, as someone else can be enjoying it. And like I said, at the end of the day, like when I put a value on everything, I'm not going to say what I'm selling to him for at all, but I'll tell him, and then we can go from there and see where we are, because we have a general, you know, idea of where we're going with everything. Yeah, you know, I'm not giving her away by any means at all. Like, so, yeah, so that's pretty much where we are with that. Like I said, I was gonna go with the, sorry, I keep bouncing around. I was gonna go with the 410s and Karma, but then, you know what I'm saying, I ended up finding the 15, and now I put my 2 back in here. The 2 that were in here are back in here now. So I'm actually in the process of grabbing a different amp for my buddy who I got the L7 from. I'm gonna get a bigger amp. He has a bigger size amp that can push this one a little better. It's a mono amp, so it's like you know, like perfect for, you know, this one sub for now. So I'm gonna grab that from him, and I'm gonna take these out of here, and I'm going to actually grab a box for 3. So I'm gonna grab a box for 3. I'm going to take the Phoenix Gold in there, because that'll push 3 JL10s beautifully. You know, it'll sound great. Won't tell you where I'm putting them in. And then I'm going to take the other extra 10 and put it back in Faith, and then probably end up getting all new mids and tweets and running doing the amp the way it's supposed to be, because I have a full old school Boston acoustic amp in here that's great, 5-channel, and so, or maybe a 6-channel, I'm not sure. But either way, like I'm gonna, you know, run all door speakers from there to there, because I want it to sound good regardless. So if I sell it, then someone gets, you know, he'll get like, you know, a great sounding car, and if I keep it, hey, then I'll have a great sounding car. So I'm also doing something else awesome with her. I'm actually going to be entering Stance Wars. You know, I don't expect to win. I don't expect to do anything. I just want to compete. I just want to have fun, you know, bring my car out finally, because I haven't taken it to any shows at all. I haven't taken it to Import Face Off, none of that stuff like that. And I definitely want to do that this year in case I don't have her next year. That stuff's going to be going on. Definitely taking her to, I think there's a Honda Fest coming up, part of an Integra Society group that me and a buddy created. you know, for PNW. So like all people like from Idaho to Washington to Oregon, we're all gonna start doing like some meets and stuff like that here quick and try to like roll out to some meets together and do stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna make this year really count. You know, it's I say that as it's already June. You know, I went to Import Face Off, you know, already, but I didn't do a video on it. Sorry about that, guys. Just had a little fun, like hanging out, you know, doing stuff like that. It's kind of like a last minute if we're gonna go or not. And I wanted to take Faith, but I didn't take her because, you know, I just was like, you know, there's no room in the show. I wanted to be in the show as a non-judge entry, you know, just like a regular car being there. So, but there was like no more room left, so I ended up saying forget it. So, definitely going to be doing other stuff though this year. Got some cool stuff coming for Faith, you know, regardless of the fact if she goes or not. So, sorry it took longer than I thought, guys, but I just want to reach out, let you guys know what's up, let you guys know what's been going on. 100% love all you guys. Thank you guys all for your subscriptions. Thank you for sharing. And honestly, I'm gonna probably keep building stuff, to be honest with you, no matter what happens. You know, if Faith goes next year, then I'll have, you know, another Karma actually that's sitting right now. So if we get the title stuff figured out for Karma, then you know, Faith will definitely, she'll either go or she won't go. That's what we'll do. So either she'll go or she won't go. So but if she decides to not go, then hey, you know, we'll have 3 cars. And the other one, like I said, I'm debating on what I'm going to build it for. I won't tell you guys yet because I'm going to wait and see how everything plays out because I hate saying stuff and then not being able to do it. So that's just, well, I'll keep that on the wraps. And as far as like the record, just so you guys know, it has been a very, very harsh year. I have not got 1 minute of seat time on the bike. It's still at my buddy's shop. It's been there since October. You know, it's kind of, I don't want to say on the back burner, but you know, he has other stuff going on and I haven't had anyone to help me do it. Yeah, we've had like you know, all sorts of, you know, whatever you call it. We have all sorts of bad weather here in Seattle. So I haven't been able to get any seat time at all. So I mean, this is like, I'm so sick of putting this record off for you know, time and time again to say I want to go next year. I'm gonna have to just say I plan on doing it like 2024. I want to say that so it gives me time not to stress. And then also it'll give me time just to say, you know what, you know, screw that. I'm gonna make it happen faster. So that's what I did with Faith. You know, I had to get myself from 2019. I bought her in 2019 in July. She sat. I had another car here that was a purple EK hatch I bought first. I finished that car first and I ended up selling it in November of 2019. And then, all right, you know what? Like I gave myself 2 years from November 2019 to make Faith run and make her drive. And she was going and up and running in May of 2020. And then she got to look exactly the way I wanted her to look before being painted, you know, Phoenix yellow in October of, you know, 2020. She got tuned, she got the power she wanted, and I was like, great, I was happy with that. And by now, Faith would have been, you know, just an all-motor, 200 horsepower, B16, Phoenix yellow right now, you know, Type R clone painted and all good to go. But, you know, things happen. You know, you guys saw what happened. Like, you know, the supercharger presented itself, so I went that route. And then that happened. I'm like, all right, cool, I have enough money to get her painted now. She's going to be supercharged, like, you know, B16, like 350 horsepower, like, you know, beast, that's Phoenix yellow. And then bam, the J front came up. I'm like, man, so things just kept coming up, and then more bike stuff, more this and that. So it's just, you know, at the end of the day, stuff just happens, and so sometimes out of our control. So yeah, I guess I must be chatting. People must be chatting. Looks like. Chat options. Chat options. Button. Group chat. All messages are visible selected. Button. Finish. Welcome to group chat. Remember to guard your privacy and the bike. Learn more. Button. Yeah, I guess it was chatting. I heard someone say yo yo yo. So hi, whoever's watching. Thank you guys all. Appreciate you guys all. Like I said. I have another little giveaway I need to do. I keep saying that I got busy with some stuff, but I do have some like a little trinket. It's like I have about four of them left because I gave a couple away to some people that bought some stuff from me. I sent them to them. So I'm gonna send them to. I'm gonna post them on. I was gonna post like some names on here, and then I will pay for mailing because they're very small. So I'll ship them to you. And when I do the giveaway, I'll post it probably. I'm not gonna lie. Not next week. It's gonna be probably pretty hard for me. Yeah, but I might do it next week. I'm not sure. But definitely the week after, I'll post these up. Um, you see who wants to win. It's like a little trinket, you know. It's pretty nice, something you can like throw stuff in and carry it around. So it's pretty cool. So um, yeah, like I said, I'll end it, you know, on this note here. Switch camera. Switch camera. Back camera selected. So yeah, I'll switch you here. Man, she's beautiful. You know, I mean, look at her. She's just man. It's hard to believe that this is actually mine and that I built it. I built it exactly the way I wanted to build it. People that haven't seen it. The S2K wheel, the S2K cluster. People probably didn't even know that about that. Surreal ITR armrest. ITR trim, like around the bezel trim around the shifter. Real ITR shift knob. It's got, she was done right. So she's nice and clean. She's beautiful. Love her. The Advans are absolutely hard to find. I went to look these up, honestly, to see if I could find another set, because I was looking for some for the other Accord in case, things work out with that, and I can't find them anywhere. So yeah, once again, see the charger there. And then right, and yeah, you see the plug coming off the front, because I have her plugged in because I don't drive her, so I don't want to let the battery die. So it's like the same tinder you use for like a motorcycle, and it works for these, so yeah, it's just crazy. JDM front just made her just that much more beautiful. So switch camera, back camera selected, button, switch camera, front camera selected. Okay, guys, that's where it is, guys. So like I said, I'll let you guys get going. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you guys go out and just make things happen, because you never know what's going to happen. I always say there's no limits. There's no limit to what you guys can do, guys. You're only limited to what you limit yourself to. So don't ever limit yourself. Other than what I've been doing with the car stuff, I've been doing nothing but the gym. So up to my max was I got to 225 for like for a few weeks consistently. I'm happy about that. Then I dropped back weight, because my buddy said drop back weight and do like higher reps, and go all the way down, extend more. So I've been doing that, pushing myself back up to where I'm doing full reps all the way down and then all the way back up, and getting higher numbers, and it feels good. So I'm gonna work my way back up to that, to where I can hopefully push myself past 225, and my end goal for the most part is going to be 250. I don't really want to go too much more than that. That's incline, or that's flat barbell press, and then my incline went from like 115 when I started everything. Now it's up to 175. My dumbbell press went from like 30 when I first started all this stuff. Now it's up to 75-pound dumbbells. My incline went from like 20 somethings, and now I'm up to like 60. So I mean, I'm rocking and rolling, getting there, and my leg press has always been strong and good. But I'm up to I don't even know how much the actual thing weighs that your feet, that the actual weights go on. But I'm doing 1245 plates. So yeah, that's like 5 something plus whatever the other thing weighs. So I'm kind of rocking and rolling with that. I've always had strong legs, and so yeah. But yeah, other than that, guys, I just wanted to kind of get on. Like I said, it's been a minute. Give you guys some updates. Love you all so much, and just like I said, I appreciate you guys all, and we'll just see what next year brings. As this year is just I'm going to do the best I can to enjoy as much as I can with this car, period, which I should have been doing the entire time. And so now it's just like a reality. I need to do more with it and stuff like that. So, yeah, guys. So thank you guys all, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a blessed day. And, I'll try to be back on here as soon as I can. Options, button, Instagram, filters, button, options, button.
Switch camera. Front camera. Filters. Button. Options. Sync highlight. Mute microphone. Button. Button. Sync highlight. Button. Share. Button. Mute microphone. Button. Cancel. Button. Finish. Button. Alert. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Heading.